Good morning, friends and family. This is Emily, and I want to do a DIY devotional. It is by Gary Chapman. DIY Building a Family That Lasts. I want to run through this with you guys on the YouVersion app. I really believe that in this time of quarantine, it's also been a really cool time where our families can grow, and I think even God can be using this time as almost a nationwide or worldwide Sabbath. We can take time to rest. The world is different right now. There's not as much pressure to be busy. And I really think that God can use this time for self evaluation and helping us all to draw closer to Him. And we can do that in our families. So I picked up this book and I started reading it and then I put it down. But I picked it back up while this quarantine was happening. And I just want to encourage our Saginaw First families, our Kids Discover families, with this same devotion. So the day one, which is Monday, I want to take a few days to kind of focus on it. And then Friday, we will do day two. So we're not actually doing daily, we're doing every few days, Mondays and Fridays. So today is building kindness and demolishing selfishness. I have the actual book in front of me, so I'm going to read and share with you guys a little bit deeper than what just the YouVersion shares. And then we can challenge each other and grow together and really just build our families in this very unique history making time in our culture right now. So, a lot of times when selfish is rampant in our homes, we might hear, "That's mine," or "I don't want to share," or whatever from our kids. Sometimes as adults, we'll even be selfish with our time. I know there's been plenty of times where I'm working on a project or even chores, and the kids are like, "Mom, can you do this?" And I don't want to take a break from my time to look at their pretty picture or whatever. I'm being selfish with my time. So, this book talks about learning to share our kindness. We appreciate it when the kids pick up their toys without being asked. We appreciate it when Daddy does something special for our birthday. Our kids appreciate it if we choose to watch their show instead of watching ours. All of that is kindness, and the reason it feels special is because someone else is making our needs feel important. They are, I want to find the actual quote, consideration makes people feel like their needs matter. So that's what being kind is. We want to put more kindness into our families. In this book, he talks about drawing up blueprints and really dreaming and putting goals to what we want our family and our home to look like. Like, really dream about it. I would love to just have a peaceful home and a safe place for my kids and my family. It doesn't have to be peaceful like, oh, every minute is quiet and silent. That just will not happen with 4 kids. In fact, I don't know if I know what silence is. We have 30 minutes of quiet time in home, and I don't even know if we can make it 30 minutes. But just peaceful as in a place where they feel at peace, where they feel safe, where we all feel like that. When we come home, it's like, it's the place where we can relax. What I love about this book is when it comes to conflict, because conflict will happen, he teaches us how to resolve it. So that will bring kindness into our families. Sometimes we need to take a time out from the situation if there's a conflict, a disagreement, and we need to be able to calm down, and then we can come back to it. He talks about using our words wisely. He talks about sharing with our families our special spaces. As a mom who loves to DIY, sometimes you want to be able to say, "Hey, when I'm at the sewing machine, I only want you to interrupt me if it's an emergency." Or Daddy might have his workshop, or the kids might have their own space. Let them have a space where if Lazzie's playing Legos, that's his I want to be by myself time, unless he invites someone in. So having your own spaces, I feel like, will help kindness. He talks about an all-in budget. He relates everything to like your real life DIYs. And when it comes to our families truly transforming, it's going to take all of us to be all in. It's going to take time, it's going to take effort. Some of his cool bullet points I want to share with you guys are to be realistic. Our kids don't transform overnight. We don't transform overnight. That's why we're giving this Devo a few days between each one, to be patient. I have been working on changing habits for well over a year, one in particular, no yelling, and it takes time. So being patient, don't stop believing, which makes me think of that Journey song. Don't stop believing. Sometimes I think that in the midst of it all, and maybe even especially when we're kind of quarantined, it's hard to remember what we're working towards because it feels like you're kind of in the thick of it. But don't stop believing. Prioritize, expect setbacks, and continually work together. There will be times when you'll notice maybe Juby or one of your kiddos will say, I don't mind, you can sit there. Seeing those little victories will be your hallelujah moments. So I want to encourage you guys, practice kindness and check this Devo out. We will see you Friday.